Today's recommendation.
Alright, hello and good morning everybody. We are here, we're gonna have Genshin Impact in the background. All I have is serious talk. Yeah, I know, yawning right at the start. Great way this is gonna go. But yeah, we're gonna have a serious talk about some online community stuff. How they kind of shape me, my general thoughts and stuff, and everything. We're just kind of gonna have a talk about all of it. Oh gosh, I stopped yawning already. There's a few reasons why I wanted to do a serious talk about online communities, and that's because one, I wanted to continue it from oh gosh, this is gonna be a terrible video with me yawning all over the place. I wanted to expand on this portion of the thing from my reflections of being 30 video, and in the past year I've seen, oh gosh, I can't speak. In the past year, I only recently got into the VTubing community within the last year, and I've just seen so much drama from that, and then going back and watching like other videos about various other things as well. It's like I felt like we needed to have a talk about online communities.
Dodge this!
Hey, go Baron Bunny! Let it rain!
Online community. How do I want to start this? Can I start this without yawning? Maybe that would be nice. That hurt. To kind of start off with, my first experiences with online communities. I mentioned some of this in my reflections video, so if you want to, oh, there goes my healer. If you want to check that stuff out, you can, for a little more context. Okay, I'm trying to get that big yawn out so that hopefully...
Go Baron Bunny!
Yeah, so I started... Gosh. Seriously, what's wrong with me that I just keep yawning? I'm literally not that tired. I'll drink a water after this and see if that helps.
Get him!
Because I want to not be yawning between every other word or sentence, because that would make this video really bad.
Bet you can't keep up with me! Hey! That's cheating! Get him! I'll race you there!
Okay, let me take a drink of water, see if that helps. Okay. I got my start in online communities with, well, technically, if you count Facebook, and then a little bit of Twitter back in the old days. But I don't really count those, just because a lot of that I was just interacting with people I already knew, so I didn't, consider it that an online community for me, because I knew them IRL.
What's the hurry?
So, my first, online communities I was part of, were, the fan fiction community that I briefly mentioned, again in my other video, and the movie fan club that I was kind of a part of. And
This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze.
Bet you can't keep up. No one escapes my sight.
and those communities were really great. But and I remember with the fan fiction community,
What's the hurry?
we were all like just fans of the same thing, fans of the
Be gone.
all fans of the fan fiction that brought us all together. And you know, we didn't talk just about the fan fiction. We talked about movies and some other things as well. And honestly, it was a really great community.
Dodge this.
But then I got involved when I shouldn't have, because there was this incident where one of the mods, they had
What's
the mods of the server had an issue with another mod, and then they ended up, the other one ended up leaving. And it was, I never knew the full story behind it, because there was things just kept private, but the people tried to explain everything, and
Barely a scratch.
well, the creator, I believe, tried to explain what happened, and the owner of the server.
Go, Baron Bunny. No escape.
And
Not so hard.
all I saw was a lot of, I saw a lot of hate for the, for the mods, for the other mods that were involved in it, and
Barbados, guide us.
I felt like it was unfair. Again, I didn't know a lot of the backstory of what happened, the private conversations. I don't know what all that happened. So I wanted to stick up for some of the mods.
Dodge this.
And that's what I did. But it backfired because other people, other community members felt like I was invalidating their feelings about the thing, and I would never try to invalidate what someone's feeling, ever.
Let it rain.
I just thought, just because I was seeing all the hate towards one person in particular that was a mod, and I just thought about the unfairness of it all. Even though it shouldn't have been, like I said, it shouldn't have been I shouldn't have gotten involved. But I did, and afterwards, after I just felt like a scolded, like a puppy with their tail between their legs, because it was, because one of the, I was basically told by the creator of the fanfiction that we were all, who we all admired very much. I was told by them, that it's admirable to, want to stick up for the mods and stuff. But that I was basically interfering when I shouldn't have. And, you know, they were right.
Freeze.
But still it didn't. I felt very embarrassed about all of that, and yeah, as you'll find out, as I continue talking, you'll find out that I'm a coward in a lot of ways, so I just try to avoid things rather than confront them. And yeah, so I left that community.
Dodge this. Freeze.
I did miss the community because we did have a lot of fun.
Push your luck.
It was one of the first places I started opening up, you know, about myself, and really getting to know people.
This moment will be frozen in time.
As individuals,
Freeze.
and
Time to fight back, I suppose.
Wait, hear me.
Dodge this.
No escape.
like I said, it was a really great community, and then I just felt too ashamed of myself for getting involved with something I shouldn't have, and then being like a scolded puppy. So I left out of embarrassment. That's a lot of themes with the various online communities I've been in.
Freeze.
And at the time, I was, let me see.
Don't get frostbite.
Trying to think.
Don't push your luck. You're getting on my nerves.
How old was I? I want to say I was like either 19 or... say I was like 19 or 20, so I was still a young adult. Not that that's an excuse for my behavior, of course, but I feel like my brain is just very slow to in maturing. And so, like, I don't know, it just feels like, yeah. Things could have happened differently. I could have still been in that community if things had, if I had been more confident in myself and stuff, but I wasn't, so. So here we are. Let's take another drink of water. Sorry, 1 second. Let me be back.
Onwards. We have work to do. I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard.
Okay, sorry about that. I also left that community in part due to the fan fiction that we'd all been connected with. It was discontinued, so part of that felt like you know, why stay? But, you know, I think a community strong enough should, you know, be able to outlast that sort of thing, you know?
Get him! Bet you can't keep up with me!
And I'm sure, you know, looking back now, I'm sure that community is still there, still thriving in its own way. And, you know, I'm happy for them. I hope they're all doing well. Hope nothing's bad happened to any of them. I wish nothing but the best for them. And I am thankful and grateful for the time I spent in that community. It helped teach me to be more open-minded about people and
Not so hard!
everything, so very appreciated of that community. Around the same time, or like I think it was around the same time, or shortly thereafter, after leaving that community, I discovered John Campea, who is
I'll race you there.
he calls himself a movie pundit, I believe, but he like reviews movies, talk about movie news and that sort of thing. I started chatting in his chat on YouTube.
Bet you can't keep
And
up with
YouTube
me.
chat is completely different than Discord. Especially when because you're watching a live someone live on YouTube.
Let it rain. That's cheating.
And I made a great many friends through that community.
Go as one.
They what was I gonna say? Okay.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing today's
It might have
commissions.
actually been
Here is
where I was in the movie community, John Campea's community
Ad
first,
Astra Abyss-
before I joined the fanfiction one. I'm not entirely sure I remember correctly. But yeah, either way, they were both around the same time-ish. Because it was still very early on in my very early years of Discord.
Go as one.
But anyway, with the John Campea community, it was really great. We just talked about movies, really, and through John's community, I learned to be, you know, not as biased towards things I I used to have this bias towards, you know, the Oscar-related movies, because it just or like the Oscars in general seemed like they were excluding, you know, Marvel movies and big blockbusters. To me, it felt like the Oscars weren't celebrating all movies. And by that, I mean, like, the big awards. Well, all of them are big rewards. I shouldn't say that. But, like, it feels like they were being excluded from, you know, the actors categories, the director, screenplay, yada yada yada. Because there would always be, Marvel could usually always get in with the technical side of things, you know. And then sound design and soundtrack and character designs and stuff like that. Those ones are what the big blockbuster that it just felt like it was being, the Oscars to me have always meant celebrating all forms of entertainment, and it felt like they were excluding a portion of the entertainment just because they were blockbuster hits.
What's the hurry?
Instead of like these deep emotional
Freeze.
which I don't know if any of you, I'm sure a lot of you have watched, but a lot of the Marvel movies are more, well, at that time,
Cool it.
were
How fortunate.
were very emotional, and like the acting was superb in them, and yet besides critic reviews and like the box office numbers, the actors in those movies weren't really acknowledged by the overall Oscar community, the members of the Academy.
So sorry. Cool it.
But being in John's community taught me to be more open-minded about the Oscar movies, and to know that, you know, at the end of the day, all film is subjective, so not everyone's going to see it the same way, and some people will say that you know, the Marvel movies, the big blockbuster movies, are just supposed to be like fun. They're not supposed to be, you know, taken seriously at all and that stuff. But yeah, I was very prejudiced against that kind of treatment of big blockbuster movies at the Oscars. But I'm glad I changed a little bit out of that. There were still, I will say, some in recent years I felt the snub a little bit again, or like felt my biases coming back from that again. Only because I stopped, unfortunately I stopped interacting with John's community and the little community that, some of our friends had made from that community. That community was, but yeah, anyway, back to the, actual, like, live stream portion of it. For the most part, everyone was really kind and, fun to hang around and laugh with. On occasion, we would get some trolls and, you know, some toxic people. But that was on occasion, and it wasn't a constant thing.
No escape.
And so I can't really say
Freeze!
I can't really say how much that affected me because it was like, it wasn't.
Fascinating.
There goes the yacht again. Everyone was just really,
Cool it! What's the hurry? Dodge this!
yeah, everyone was really fun to be around and talk with and make jokes with. And then we formed, some of us formed a Discord. Like I said in my other video, it was one of the very first Discords I was part of.
Barbados, guide us.
Along with that fanfiction community's Discord. And on the Discord, we pretty much continued the ideals that John had started on his live streams. We tried to keep it there, you know, not everybody's gonna like all the same movies. So it's like subjective, but we also had our own indoor, not indoor. No, I better not go that way.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
We had our own inner jokes with each other. I think there were only a few times I was emotional on that server. I'd actually have to go back. I'm still on the server. I'm actually the server owner right now of it. So I have all the receipts that I can go back and look at. Breaking your barrels. But yeah, it was just a very fun, welcoming community. We were all lighthearted, and like it taught
How fortunate.
But yeah, it taught me to be more open-minded, and I was still a very shy person at that time. Like, they're the only ones I was opening up to about myself. I wasn't having totally deep conversations, but like, I did tell them, like, when I got into a car accident and things like that. And, you know, they were just a really good group of people. And then, a couple things happened. That started for this community to kind of die out a little bit, but not like totally die. And it was, one, everybody just has their own lives, you know, and things started happening, whether it be outside of them or, you know, other discords they may or may not be a part of. So they started, the interactions were less and less, and, you know, I started missing them, but I'm the type of person that I don't want to bother anyone with anything. I really don't, because it feels like, asking for help is a burden, you know? Even though it's not. Asking for help is one of the strongest things you could do. Especially with someone with depression and anxiety like I have.
Freeze.
But, you know, at that time, I didn't really see it that way.
Cryo is always far more effective.
I just saw it as a burden.
Interesting.
Oh, damn it. Okay, let's hope I can talk now. But then it was also, not just them having their own lives and stuff. It was also, I found this game called, Marvel Future Fight. And it's a game I still play to this day. even after all these years later, I'm still playing Marvel Future Fight. But I found that game, and then I found another community that
What's wrong? Can't handle the cold?
sorry, I keep losing my train of thought of where I'm going.
What's the hurry?
Yeah, with MFF, it was a game where you collect Marvel characters and then you play different content with them. It's not considered a gacha game because you can actually get the characters. It's just the builds that are the things that you need to build to make the characters work. That's what's kind of gotcha.
Oh, so sorry. Don't push your luck.
Let it rain. Bet you can't keep up with me. Get him.
In the game,
I'll race you there.
the game has its flaws, and it had flaws during those early years that I was playing it. So there was even a boycott at one point. Maybe even 2 boycotts now that I think about it. I'm just gonna... But, yeah, with that game, I found another community to be part of shortly thereafter. I would watch this. It was when I first started using Twitch as well. So, before then, I was not using Twitch whatsoever. And I would watch the streamer, called Cynic Alex, who was one of the biggest names for Marvel Future Fight. And there was just I don't know how to describe it. There was
Windblade!
there was so much that happened with that community that it was like it's so hard to describe. Exactly everything that happened. That Twitch community introduced me to so many people. And it introduced me to some of my best friends who are still best friends with me today. And, but the downsides of what came with that community were, one, I started to pull away from the movie community with my friends there. And I never gave them a clear reason why I was starting to pull away or anything like that. And it's not because I hated anyone or anything. I just started spending more time in another community, and it's not that I hated the movie community. I still really loved that community. But yeah, I just started spending time elsewhere. And yeah, I just kind of, I don't know if you would call it quote unquote real ghosted. Because I didn't technically ghost them, like I was still
signed in the tea supply.
Because I would still reply to them if they wanted to talk or anything like that. Well, for a time I did anyway. But then it felt like I got so busy with the other community that I just did not have the time anymore. But yeah, Twitch was a different beast altogether. With Snick Alex's community, I really became to open up on myself with it, like really, so like I said, I met some of the best people in the world through that community, and I'll forever be grateful for that. Oh, I didn't mean to get a cutscene here.
The person drinking tea. Oh, looks like she's having some kind of tea.
Well, Officer Edler, after all that work, I think we've got them this time. Might take a few days to wrap up things in the field. In the meantime, I think you've earned your...
Much appreciated, Miss Yelan. This case... 13 strongholds. One thieving weasel after... I'm just glad we finally took down these crooks.
Don't forget to take some...
Oh, looks like Yelan's...
Another pleasant surprise. Excuse me, a pot of your finest Yunlai white tea. Now, judging by that expression, I assume you can...
Spies?
Oh, more than that, I'm sure. I bet...
Oh, they've got some...
Well, those tend to be the kind... Mora laundry.
Laundry?
In layman's
Sorry, I'm
terms.
trying to skip through
you
this
cover
so
your
I can
truck
get
and
back
this
to
merchant's
docking,
friend of
'cause-
choice? Fine art and antique auctioneering. He buys goods from... Then, when the items go... This process allows him to legitimize... That's to be expected. Liu goods. So, instead of...
Okay, but if you go to the auction, wait for him to appear...
Not a bad plan. If you were the master...
Oh, yeah. No, wait! Oh. Even if you track down the...
It's not just a matter of... Tracking down the goods is all... So the most logical... You start small. You find some...
Wait!
Right you are, working with the Those spies just now were his most important agents. The first is Corday. They're under pressure to... They think keeping but little do they know, while their attention's fixed on... So, I'm curious how you take to this line.
Yeah, we kind of stumbled into this whole thing, but now we're a part of it. Let's do it!
I admire yourself. Let me be the one to... Getting started is always the hardest part, but... The dark finance... And I think I know...
I don't care about this. thing with Cynic Alex's community. It was a lot like John's, where we'd all have our own jokes, inner jokes. They had theirs. The funny thing is, with Cynic Alex's, at the time when I wanted to join his Discord, and I did, but there was no MFF channel that free-to-play players could talk in. You had to be, well, not free-to-play players, but you had to be subbed to Cynic Alex at the time if you wanted to get access to the, MFF chat. And so I immediately left the server.
Is this an answer from this world?
But then I joined back, I don't know, like a week or two later. I was finally joined, even if I couldn't talk about MFF there. It was, again, one of my earlier experiences with Discord, and I don't know how or why, after, I don't know how long I started being active in the Twitch chat, and only slightly active in the Discord, but I was made a mod for the Discord, and there were good and bad times with that. And it really brought out an ugly side of me, and also showed me the intricacies of being an online mod. I would get too emotional. I would get too attached to people, and I would play favorites with, my friends, ones I'd become friends with. I tried to remain impartial. I tried not to have the favoritism, but it was there. And like I said, I had really emotional moments. And I think it was because I just didn't have... Again, at this point, I'm an early adult, or young adult. But even so, I should still have some, hold on, I gotta be back. Sorry, cutting myself up in the middle there. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. See if this is gonna. Sorry, I grabbed myself a snack. And also with Cynic Alex's community, I became more accustomed to swearing and stuff. I used to cringe when swearing and or hearing other. Sorry. But yeah, I used to not like swearing or being around swearing, so it brought me more exposure to that, so yeah, give me a couple minutes while I eat these donuts and I'll get back to talking. Okay. I think I'm good now to talk. I needed a little break for it. For my voice, to get something to eat and stuff. But yeah, with Cynic Alex's community, and I honestly don't know where or why I started being more emotional. And just wanting things in my control in general. But yeah, with that community, I became really emotional, wanting things in my control, as I was a mod. And I would get into disagreements with others, when things didn't go my way. And I don't know, I was just not who I wanted to be. I could proclaim to be someone, you know, morally on the high ground and stuff, but ultimately I just was not. I was... I was just acting like a child. I mean, but I do mean I did have a lot of good memories with that community too. Different labs and I made friends with people who I never thought I'd ever, the type of people that I thought I'd never make friends with. But I did. I became more open. You know, I don't know if, I don't know if, you know, my, you know, emotional state was, always there, and just it now came out. Actually, yeah, I was probably always quote unquote a drama queen, and thinking about my childhood and stuff, and so I guess, you know, we reveal our true colors online. When spent around people long enough. I didn't mean to hit that. It's fine. But yeah, I was
Dodge this!
But yeah, I was emotional. I ended up getting one of the other mods, because I had a disagreement with them about
Freeze!
timing out two of my friends,
Dodge this!
and that mod ended up leaving, which kind of
Cool it!
forced Cynic Alex into a tough position, and he said I couldn't be a mod anymore.
Freeze!
That was the second time after I had already, because something happened the first time where I had to leave and try and, you know, calm myself down. Oh, you know what I think it was that I wanted to talk about? I had started, my own Discord, my very first own Discord, and on it we had a lot of good friends, and then someone took screenshots of what we were saying in the public channels, sent them to the person that we were kind of talking about, and that person then made them the screenshots public in Cynic Alex's server, and it was this whole thing. I couldn't figure out who did what. I couldn't figure out who felt like they needed to say these screenshot things. I later found out who it was, but that was much, much later. And yeah, I just had a sort of mental breakdown from that, because like I thought I could trust people, and someone there was just breaking my trust. And you know, yes, I know in general it's not good to talk about people behind their backs. It really is not, you know, to be a quote-unquote gossiper like that. But at the same time, you know, you make a server with people you think you can trust, right? To talk about, you know, whatever with. And then find out that you can't trust them, and you're not sure who you can trust. So you leave basically all those servers. You leave Cynic Alex's, you leave your personal one that you made, because you didn't know who you could trust anymore. Yeah, it was very toxic, high school behavior on all parts, you know, acting like a clique and talking about someone behind their back, and then someone exposing that. I'm not proud of my behavior, any of that, as a very, you know, as very emotional, as someone, you know, very controlling and stuff. It was just not good all around. But yeah, after a bit of time, after I calmed down, and then I rejoined Cynic Alex's community, the Discord, and after some time, I kind of mentioned how I wanted to be a mod again, because I just wanted to help, really. I just wanted to be someone who could help others. it's weird to say, but it's, I wanted to feel like I was needed for something, like I had a purpose, and
What's the hurry?
that's kind of why I expressed interest in being a mod again. And Alex was gracious, Cynic Alex was gracious enough to make me a mod again. And there were still some disagreements and such until that moment I mentioned with another mod, and then that's what got me basically officially kicked off from being a mod, and which was completely fair. But I also had a really bad mental breakdown from that. A panic attack and everything. It was pretty ugly. And as is always the case with me for this stuff, I always tend to blame myself. Again, I wasn't completely in the wrong with the thing because of how I believed they shouldn't have been timed out for so and so long. Not just because they were my friends, but general, just my opinion on things, how things should be modded. So, but I know I also wasn't in the right. Like, if they're idiots are gonna do something stupid on a Discord and they need to be timed out for it, then they should be. Regardless if they're my friends or not. You know, as a mod, I shouldn't be giving hold on, my cat's trying to come on my lap. Come on. So yeah, it was just very, and then what do I want to say? All of this happened within a year. I did not last a full year of being a mod. Now I'm at the point where again, I have my own Discord servers, 2 of them. I have the Kingdom one that was the original one I told you guys about, and I have my official server one, my stream server. Oh, and I also have the movie one that we no longer use. Yeah, and my cat keeps trying to make up her mind whether to sit on my lap or not. Come on then, if you're gonna sit, so I can focus.